Bloomberg Audio Studios.
Podcasts, radio, news.
Single best idea. The word's getting out. It's amazing, and we're humbled by the number of our guests who come into our studios here at our world headquarters at Lexington Avenue and 59th Street. It's not easy, folks. I mean, if you go out to Park Avenue, at any given time of day, there's not one, there's two tractor trailers sprawled across 59th Street, making the dash from New Jersey over to Long Island. I mean, it can really get ugly at traffic, and we really appreciate when they come in. Today from the Philippines, Andrew Gan came in with the Philippine Sovereign Wealth Fund. That was really special, particularly with the new American commitment to the Philippines. Mona Mahajan, a little bit closer, coming in from St. Louis, and Edward D. Jones. It was great to have Mona in the studios. And there he was in the 7 o'clock hour. Ambassador Haass showed up. Richard Haass changed the Venerable Council on Foreign Relations. He made them go digital when no one was thinking about digital. The internet effort of the Council on Foreign Relations and Foreign Affairs, a magazine, all of that comes from Richard Haass and his expertise. Today, Ambassador Haass on the myth of Iran and nuclear weapons.
They don't know what they're talking about. A lot of the nuclear program is deeply underground and fortified locations, assuming we know where it all is. You can't take out the intellectual dimensions of it. So I think what you would say is if Israel used military force, it could buy some time. It could set back the Iranian program months or even years, but what would happen is it would be reconstituted underground, probably in places and locations far more difficult to take out.
The great theme of Richard Haass and his many books, and the new one, The Bill of Obligations, is really quite good about the dearth of civics, the decline of civics in America, is that our foreign policy starts with domestic strength. In this election season, Richard Haass on our domestic challenges.
Well, partially we need a new policy on us. We've got to stay strong and more united domestically so we can compete with China. We've got to keep our alliances strong, above all with Japan, and we've got to have more of a physical presence in that part of the world. We'll never get China to give up its dreams on Taiwan. What we want to do is persuade Xi Jinping that to act on those dreams would be foolhardy.
Richard Haass for an extended conversation this morning. We got a huge response from someone on fire. He is a quiet guy. He's got a cello in his office. I mean, what's that about? Cam Harvey is esteemed professor at Fuqua at Duke, and he is fired up about a Fed that is way behind. Cam Harvey on the fiction of our shelter costs.
If you just do the simple calculation of that 4.9% and then multiply it by like 0.36, that delivers 1.77%. So 1.77% of the print today is purely due to that distorted shelter number. So if you substitute anything in that's closer to reality, the inflation print is not 2.4%. It is 1% or potentially less than 1%. So we are below the Fed's target, yet they're debating, well, should we do 25 basis points? Come on. This supposedly the Fed is data-driven. Well, the math that we just did was not a very challenging exercise.
Oh, live chat on YouTube lit up like a candle. Thank you for the many responses. People love Cam Harvey of Duke University. Can't say enough about that today. His math is correct. Liz Ann Saunders out with a great chart on Twitter at Charles Schwab, and there was shelter way up high, part of year over year, month over month. You know what was the peak? Was motor vehicle insurance. We could do a whole show on that, I think, right now. I guess I don't drive, folks. They drive me around, which is, I'm very privileged to have that. But I hear motor vehicle insurance is really something. We're on YouTube. And what a joy today to speak to the gentleman from Manila, Andrew Gan, and to know the Pacific Rim audience we're building on YouTube. I'm frankly shocked by it. The reach of YouTube I really don't understand. Subscribe to Bloomberg Podcasts out on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube podcasts and Apple Podcasts, this is Single Best Idea.